I'm your host, Dr. Jane Mountrose, and I'm here with my wonderful friend and co-host, Gretchen Comer. Today, we're going to do something special to bring holiday cheer for welcoming in the new year. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. We're going to do a reading, so we don't know. We don't know where this is going to go, which is always a delight to us. Our plan actually is to review what brought the Love and Light, our quote, Love and Light community to where we are today together, and to herald in the blessings of the coming year with the support of some of the beautiful beings of light who are with us, always in the circle and always individually too. So we're delighted to have you here with us and looking forward to exploring where this might take us together. Again, we'll start with a discussion of the blessings we receive from the beings of light. And then we'll have an oracle reading. We're going to do something, I don't know if we've done this before, a 3-card reading.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be what has brought us to where we are now and where we are and what the opportunities are that are available to us. And then what the potential benefits are of taking the opportunities, because having an offering of opportunity doesn't mean that it's automatically going to provide the blessings. I think it's really important for us to realize that we have to take it ourselves, and through some kind of action and often change in the way that we perceive things, then we can expand and grow into that blessing. So here we are. Before we begin, as always, I want to thank you for being with us. I lost the restream with the chat. So if you're here, please say hello. And if you're new, let us know where you're from, and feel free to ask any questions, provide comments, whatever inspires you in this time that we're spending together. And the final thing that I want to do before we start, which I do every time, is to just take a few moments to breathe. And I think as I do this, because this is a special occasion and there are some very special beings of light who are with us, I believe, in the circle and are supporting humanity in this time of change, of the Great Awakening. I want to invite Archangel Metatron to join us as we breathe in love and light today, and also Ascended Master Saint Germain, who I believe seems to resonate with a lot of us and is really heralding. He is one of the Ascended Masters who is heralding in the New Age for us. So with those invitations to them and just coming together, we can take a few nice breaths. If you can close your eyes, if you're in a safe place, you might want to do that, just to draw your attention more within yourself. So what we're wanting to do is just to lift our spirits a little bit and feel ourselves more in our bodies in the moment. Bringing in all that light. And somehow I sense a choir of angels with us right now, which is very beautiful. And just accepting all the blessings of light that are here for us in this moment. Feels good. I didn't think to ask you, Gretchen, is there anyone you want to invite, any beings of light to join us particularly now?
Those are my two favorite. I think I would also like to just welcome in Archangel Jophiel to just in her gentle, loving energy.
Sounds beautiful. Of course, it is about beauty. I've always imagined her with an outpouring of rose petals. You might sense the rose petals.
I see it that way. Yeah, I see her that way too.
The beautiful scent of roses. I can smell that myself. Thank you. So we have Sharon. Hi, Sharon, and Nikki and Babs. Hi. So this is wonderful to have you all with us to welcome in the new year together. And I'd like to start with you, Gretchen, to ask you if you'd like to share a little bit about how special the beings of light who are with us now and always are to us.
Thank you. I think especially this time of year, there's something about the year ending and this fresh new year that's waiting for us to step into. And I think at the end of the year, I've kind of done a lot of my personal review, and so I'm looking now ahead and I'm looking into the future a little bit.
Right.
And I feel very like moved by how much potential and possibility there is laying ahead of us. And it feels very clear. It feels clarified by the beings of light. It's like they're gently walking with us, guiding us into this beautiful new year, this new place. Even the unknown, what lies before us is somewhat unknown. And so I feel like their presence increases. At least that's my perception of it at the end of the year, as they're kind of gently guiding us into this new way and new path, I guess you could say, into the new year. And I feel really supported right now. I feel like since the solstice earlier in December, around the 21st there, that light coming back in, that joy, that happiness, all that potential of new beginnings really coming back. And I feel it, I sense that sunlight returning a little bit every day, adding on a few minutes every day. I feel that. And I sense just so much possibility and potential in the new year. I think it's going to be an incredible year for many, many people all over the planet. And that's my heartfelt wish, is for that. And I think with the beings of light, we can do that, as long as we trust, and surrender to the newness of everything. We're kind of all in the same boat. We're all walking into the new year, new and fresh. And so I feel like their presence is definitely with us. And I feel it a lot more this time of year. So
yeah, it's really quite remarkable, actually.
and
I think it's always, to me, almost incredible that we have the support that we do have. That's really, I have to tell you, I have the cards just ready for the reading, and this might be an indicator or something, but I had the major arcana set up so that we could draw a card for what's available to us now. And I turned them. Usually I have them face down. I just put them on my desk face up, and guess who's there? This is Archangel Jophiel, and the card
Lovely.
is the world. I sense this is our card for the present time.
That's really interesting. That is really beautiful, because I this morning did a reading and I chose the star, which is also Jophiel.
Yeah.
Which is also about positivity and potential and,
right.
bright future. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to draw another one or settle on this one?
Oh, I think that's beautiful. No, this one was for me.
I thought it was here for a reason. That's what I felt.
Right. I just love the
synchronicity. We didn't draw it. We didn't. It's right. Point. But I thought that was so synchronous that she was there, and then when you were talking about her, and then there she was looking at me when I looked down on my desk.
I think it's beautiful. I did that reading for myself this morning, and Jophiel is definitely with us.
For sure. Yeah. Anyhow, the world card is actually, it is number 21 in the major arcana, for those who are not quite familiar yet with all of this, which is actually an ending and new beginning, which also feels so synchronous with what's happening. And this is Radley Valentine's Angel Wisdom Tarot, the deck, which is really wonderful for connecting with archangels, because there are archangels on all the cards in the major arcana, and actually all the numbered cards too. So most of the cards you draw provide access to an archangel who is here to support you with whatever the topic is. So for here we have Archangel Jophiel. And another thing that I really love is about these cards is the images are very powerful. You can see she's holding what looks like two wands of light. And I'm not sure if there's a symbol here. Do you know what that is? That's probably and isn't that an astrological symbol? I'm not sure. I don't know all of this. There's always symbolism, and I don't necessarily know all of it.
Yeah, I think so. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, each one also has a short message on the card, and then there's more in the guidebook. I like having the little message on the card because it's enough to provide some kind of direction for how to understand the card. And then it also is not so much that you forget to really focus in on the blessing of the image and the meaning of the image. And here, obviously, it's a very celebratory. And of course, and there's an infinity symbol at the top, which is really beautiful. So it says, a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself.
Lovely.
And that really, to me, makes a lot of sense for what we've accomplished together in this last year that we come together. And I think we generate a lot of love and light for the world and for ourselves. So a brilliant success. It does make sense to me. We always need to celebrate our successes, the things where we've accomplished something special. And then it also says freedom to do whatever you want, which I think is very powerful too.
Yeah, absolutely. With love as the vehicle. Yeah, absolutely.
And something I've been sensing recently and focusing on just in the last couple of weeks as we've gone into the holidays and the new year is recognizing the capacity we have to be influencers of the world. In other words, if we're broadcasting love and light, we are influencers, not being influenced. And being aware that those who are wanting to influence in the direction of fear and anger and hostility, which is there's a lot of it around, we don't have to allow them to impact us. We can stay where we are and understand with the support that we have and our own guidance that this is the right direction for us.
Right.
That this is meaningful.
Absolutely.
And to stand our ground regardless if, whatever is happening. And people sometimes say, well, this is happening, that's happening. And all I can say is that may be, but it has nothing to do with me.
Right. There's a meditation practice that I'm familiar with where you visualize being that calm point in the center of the chaos or the chaotic storm. And I think that's kind of the place we're at. We're forming this beautiful community of love and light. And what the card said, you said it's a brilliant success. I also see that as a bright success, brilliant being bright and dazzling, and radiant. Those are all words that I associate with the light that we bring in, with this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's some of those rose petals too I was talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
So beautiful. So the other two cards, the next one I wanted to draw is the one for the past, what has brought us to where we are. And I want to use the full deck of angel wisdom cards for this. So I'm going to shuffle a couple times. And I have to focus so I don't get cards all over the place. And I wanted to mention, Gretchen and I talked about this recently. Over time, I've experimented with different ways of selecting cards. And I mentioned to Gretchen recently what I kind of settled on, and she said it's what she does too. I can't show you, but what I'm going to do is just fan the whole deck out on the desk in front of me. And then I'm going to pick the card that draws my attention. And I really like this because if you're drawing from the top and then you draw the next one or the next one, somehow it feels more like I'm not choosing so much. And sometimes if you don't shuffle well, you might end up with all the cards you had in your last reading, or, something that feels, it just doesn't feel like it is making sense for what's happening now. And I feel personally that this is the greatest, for me, where the greatest opportunities lie. So I'm going to draw this card here. And the card is the 6 of water. In this deck, the suits actually are right. They actually represent the actual, rather than having a symbol that represents the elements, it represents the elements itself. And this, it's interesting, 6 of water. And I always, personally, I look at 6 as being a transformational card, moving from one perspective to a higher perspective. So it says, children or childhood, revisiting old dreams and plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from the past, romanticizing how things used to be. That's interesting. This is what brought us here. And there's an angel in the background there, which is Zadkiel. And Zadkiel is really a beautiful one too, connected with what's happening. He's in the same ray as Saint Germain and connected with the violet flame. And the little boy is offering flowers, it looks like, to the little girl. And I think that's, to me, it makes me think how just embracing the inner child and that's what it says, embracing the inner child, how powerful that is, because we need to bring that in. That's part of the joy, right. Is that childlike joy and wonder. And so we've gone through also mentions romanticizing how things used to be, maybe letting go of those things the way they used to be, and then moving forward. Right. So what comes to you with this, Gretchen?
That's actually the line that stuck out for me, romanticizing. Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense for me personally. But definitely, I think sometimes we can look to the past and think about how wonderful things were and maybe compare and contrast to how they are now. And we just need to remember that how they are now is an end product of that past that we're longing to look back to.
Right.
And I think you can bring that forward. You can bring that into the present and know that now is different. You are different. You're different than you were a year ago. You're different than you were a month ago, and just embracing that and letting go of those things, that there can be a lot of longing and a lot of yearning in the, and regret, from the past. But I think that if we can let that go and move into the place where, the better place we are now, and understand that, I think it can work for us and make things just a lot easier to understand about ourselves and our future too, is to let go of the past, not to bring it into the present moment. It's not needed. We've learned those lessons. Those lessons are now learned,
Right. Right. And there's also a little
Sorry, that was a
there.
roundabout way to get to my point there. Sorry.
No, that was great. And the little boy, of course, offering, it's kind of like the little inner masculine and inner feminine coming together, offering flowers. Really beautiful.
That's actually beautiful imagery to bring into the present, the innocence of youth, the childlike
Right.
wonder.
Right.
Right.
It's something, it's something, if you look at it in relation to what we call the magical child, which is the child who has become healed and is now a guide to you, that it is a very important aspect of being fully, being able to be in that place of being joyful. To be joyful, we have to embrace that childlike wonder and playfulness and all of those things. I think also opening to more to our own intuition that is directly related to that too. For people in our programs, for people who say, well, I don't know what, I don't know what my intuition is saying. And I think one of the most effective approaches then is just open to it with childlike wonder.
Mhm.
Give up on all of that. You might be wrong, or people are going to criticize
Mm.
me for this, and open to it like a child would. They don't have
Mhm.
any trouble saying what telling
Right.
what they're feeling or what they're
Right.
sensing. Like,
Right.
here it
Right.
is.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's beautiful. So we're bringing that childlike wonder from the past. We're letting go of those things that are no longer serving us. Really
Mhm.
beautiful. And then, you ready for the future? Or do you want to
Sure.
draw the future? I don't know if you have
No,
your
that's fine.
future.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, okay, so for the future, we have the Prince of Earth,
Mm.
which is here. Have to look that up in the book, maybe. Well, I can
Mhm.
read what it says. Um, so the face cards could be about someone or something outside of yourself, and it also could be something that you're embracing within yourself. So it says, and the prince and princess are considered generally to be the more youthful aspects compared
Mhm.
with the queen and king, who are the all-knowing kind of
Right.
aspects of their
Right.
suit. So it's bringing that kind of youthful wonder in again. Scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous. Time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career promotions or scholarships, a new area of study. And of course, to me, um, if you look at the earth element in general, it's about how you bring spirit into form.
Mhm. Right. I
So,
think that's a wonderful message for the future too, because I think it's a good reminder too that we have all the support, all the opportunities, all that potential just waiting for us, but we have to work for it. It's not just we can't just sit back and say, "Oh, my
right.
angels will send it to me."
Right.
They're there to support us. They're going to help us get to
Mm-hmm.
that place if we
Mm-hmm.
request their help, but we
Mm-hmm.
have to do the work,
Right.
and get
Yeah.
there.
And of course, this is what we're discussing here also, is bringing that childlike wonder into it again. And it has it again in this card: cheerful, mischievous, kind of
Yeah. Right.
open to who knows what's going to happen and what we can bring into our reality at this time.
Right. Right. I think curiosity can become a really beautiful quality to develop too, curiosity about what that potential could be, what those possibilities might be, with that
Right.
childlike wonder. And I think children are curious by nature.
Oh, for
So,
sure. Yeah. Yeah. So it's looking like there's a lot of suggestion of youthful energy here.
mhm.
And I love that. Now, where did this go? Put this over here. So, with that, there's also, it's interesting. There's a little kind of it looks to me like a baby bunny. I'm trying to
Oh,
get it. A baby
yeah.
bunny and a youthful, a little kind of just a little plant that's starting to grow.
Hmm.
And I really appreciate the opportunity, regardless of anything that an image says. What is the opportunity in the symbolism? What does that
Hmm.
mean to me?
Hmm.
And having that, and it's actually a plant. It's in a very beautiful pot.
Hmm.
I love
Hmm.
those kind of the blue, kind of
Hmm.
Oriental Asian kind of pots. Something special is growing. That
Right.
it's
Right.
starting to grow, that we can nurture it.
Right.
And it seems like an opportunity to reflect on what might be new that's emerging that we haven't considered even,
Right. Yeah.
because that's what this is suggesting. And of course, the world card is suggesting you're moving from, you've come to a certain point of accomplishment, and now you're starting back again. You're
Right.
starting over. And of course, if you go back to the Fool, the zero card, it is that that part of you that has no idea where he's going exactly, but he's excited about getting there.
Right, right. And I also see the rabbit in conjunction or in association with a stack of books in that image too. You know, rabbit is often a symbol of fertility, but it doesn't mean physical fertility all the time. It means fertility of the mind, you know, for new possibility, new thoughts, new avenues, new adventures. And I think in conjunction with learning something new, which is what the card was suggesting, I think that there's a lot of symbolism. So the plant is growth, the rabbit is fertility or fertility of mind and learning new things. And I think all those together really point to so much potential possibility for us in the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting to me, and
Yeah.
I love the childlike wonder part of it.
And it's
Because
still
I think that
youthful. The
gets us
prince is
out of
youthful.
also
Yeah.
the seriousness of what is occurring on the planet with so many
Right.
really important events occurring, and just looking at it with what is my part in it. And
Mm-hmm.
Philip and I have been talking about that recently, how, again, it's so important for us to stay focused on what is here for me in this moment. And it's not anything for me, actually, nothing that is outside of the area of love and light, of how we can bring more love and light into the world. That's my role here. I don't have to take care of all these other things, and there are a lot. And there are people who are drawn to those different areas.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
we just have to choose. We kind of have to choose our our space
Mm-hmm.
and feel satisfied with that space. I know,
Right.
seeing Nikki and Sharon and Babs, I know, talking to some of them at least, that that's something that has been there for them too, is uh, recognizing, well, this is where I'm focused. I don't have to be worrying about that. I can't be everything to everyone.
Right. Right.
And I know the place, also the place that is right for you is the place that is joyful for you,
Mm-hmm. Right.
because
Right.
it's what makes you feel alive. So
Right. And if we're stuck, we're really only as stuck as we perceive ourselves to be. You know, most of the time it's quite an illusion that we buy into about being stuck or indecisive or somebody that's continuously at a crossroads in their life and don't know which direction to take. I think if those are things we can surrender to the old year, you know, those are things we can let go and instead replace it with that childlike wonder, you know, that
mhm,
curiosity of discovery,
mhm,
and bringing in that youth. And I love how this last card you chose is still youthful. It's a prince, so and it's depicted as a young person. You know, it's still that fresh, new, youthful energy that we're bringing in. And in fact, the new year is often seen as a baby, the baby new year, you know, so it
mhm,
really is still the same symbolism.
mhm. Right, right. So it seems like we have some good food for the meditation too, to focus on what it is that we're ready to leave behind.
Right.
It might be fears and cares and things that we don't really have to continue to carry with us, so that we can focus on what's new for us, what might be emerging, that is really the central focus of our lives,
Mhm.
a whole new way of entering the world starting tomorrow. Or today. You can start today if you want. So you ready?
I am. I
Okay, and we're
am.
going to bring in all of these beautiful beings of light we have discussed. And we'll start as usual by closing our eyes and breathing in, again, inviting all of the beings of light who are supporting us now, which is many, with all of us here. And that choir of angels seems to be back. You might just sense that just beautiful angelic energy and light around you. Just taking that in. And as you exhale, releasing Releasing any energy that's not serving you now. Could be tension in your body, could be any kind of discordance that you sense in your head, in your mind, in your field, anywhere in your body. Just allow it to start to drift down into the earth where it can be neutralized and transformed back into light. Just giving you that opportunity to be more present in your body. And of course, part of that is just asking any energy that isn't your own, that is coming from other people and other places and other times. Just send it back where it came from lovingly. And you can send love to anyone around you who might be wanting to control the direction that you're going in so that you can be free as we enter into this new year and this new phase, really, for ourselves, so that we can feel free to be ourselves. And of course, it's interesting if you look at that, that Joe feel it's all about beauty and the beauty within. So we can invite Joe Feel to join us now, blessing us with those beautiful rose petals. Just very, very loving energy coming over us, suggesting to us to turn within and focus on the beauty that lies in our hearts. And of course, bringing back any energy of ourselves that we've left in other times or places with other people. Recognizing that the best gift we can give others is the blessing of being ourselves. Of course, doing that for all of us, that is an example for other people to follow who may not have even thought yet that that's a blessing to the world. That following something that's prescribed for you is not necessarily what we have to do, what we should do, that kind of should energy. I should be doing this like everybody else. So just taking that opportunity to embrace yourself. And of course, I always like to rise to a higher place. I feel like we're going to rise to a playground, a beautiful playground in the higher dimensions. And we access this playground where the magical child exists by going through a rainbow of light. So just imagine now that you can drift safely and beautifully upward. And we're going to go through all of the colors of the rainbow, which will energize us and each one might bless certain cells and offer healing. So we're going to start by moving through red, the color red, just feeling it all around you and in your body, allowing the cells that need more red to receive that and feel the blessings in it. Gradually shifting into orange, similarly sensing that orange energy all around us and into all of the cells of our body, particularly the ones that need orange and want orange, that are asking for more orange, because each color has its own vibrational support that it offers to the cells. And then moving through the orange to yellow, beautiful, beautiful, with each color, the most beautiful shade of that color you can imagine. So beautiful yellow all around you, and again, all through your body, inviting it into all of the cells that would like more yellow. And you might feel with the colors that there are places in your body that need those colors. Blessing that yellow and moving into the most vibrant, beautiful shade of green. Again, surrounding yourself with green and feeling it all through your body, inviting it into all of the cells that are wanting more green. And then moving through the green into a beautiful sky blue. We might see ourselves drifting up higher now into the high reaches. Beautiful blue, the most vibrant, beautiful blue you can imagine for yourself. All around you. I feel also these colors, now we're expanding out around you and through your body, inviting the blue into all of the cells that want blue. And then moving further into a beautiful shade of violet, from the blue into that beautiful shade of violet, which is also a clearing color. And it is the color of the violet flame with Saint Germain and Zadkiel. Zadkiel and holy amethyst, his divine partner. So feeling that beautiful violet light all around you and all through your body into all the places that need more of that violet light that transmutes low energies into higher energies. So we're opening now to those higher frequencies of energy as we come closer and closer to this playground in the higher dimensions where we can meet with the magical child, to be the magical child for ourselves. And through the violet into a very beautiful white light. And with that, I'd like to invite in Archangel Metatron again to join us and bless us with luminous white light, which is light from source. And again, feeling that all around you, all through your body. And of course, we've also invited Saint Germain. So we have all of these beautiful angels around us, and you have your own. You can be inviting, and we all have our own guardian angels and masters who are our teachers. And as we step now into that magical garden or playground, can be a garden, maybe it is a garden playground or a playground garden, where we can meet with our magical child and integrate that magical energy into our being now as we transform ourselves into something new for the new year. And of course, this is not in any way saying that there's something wrong that you need to get rid of to be fully yourself. It's just to suggest that there's always something new for us. And a new year, as we cross that threshold, does present a different vibration and different opportunity than the year before it. Just as moving from one state to another or one country to another, there's a different vibration. So we're moving into something new. And just sense what that is for you, what that connection with that magical child is for you. And what connecting with that joy and that wonder and that open heart and open mind, what that might provide to you in this new year. And here in this playground of light, you could say also you might sense the stars above you, twinkling above you, the whole of the universe opening its potential to you. We came from the stars. Can feel the blessings in the stars. Gretchen, would you like to share?
Yeah, I actually I saw my inner child in a playground that was completely constructed of stars. So I feel like I'm up above the planet, and
Yeah.
all she would do is point at something and it would turn into like a slide or a merry-go-round, and it was all made of stars, and she's running around giggling very joyously, and
Wow.
she keeps coming back and taking my hand to try to pull me in, and she's showing me that, just like she can create things out of stars, I can too. You have this power, she's saying. You have this power
Hmm.
to create and manifest whatever you desire, whatever you want. And she's just giggling joyously, and running around and pointing at things and creating things like jungle gyms and slides and swings, and
Hmm.
it's very playful, very celestial. It just everything is stars. It's really, really beautiful.
Mm,
It's a good
that's
reminder to
beautiful.
me. Yeah.
Hmm. And with that, I sense the presence of Archangel Orion,
Mm.
who is a cosmic archangel, who is also an angel of creation, of sometimes compared to the genie, your wish is my command, kind of a feeling, and just that he's here to bless us with opportunity, to open our hearts to opportunities for ourselves, to as creators. And again, to keep our focus on the stars, our feet on the ground and our heads in the stars, I guess. Kind of, that's what I'm sensing. It's very beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, I feel adding Orion makes it feel more possible too. When you said,
Hmm.
feet on the ground, head in the stars, I feel like he's helping us. He can help us bring down to earth those things that we want in our life, those things we're trying to manifest, or
Hmm.
the possibility of anchoring it into the reality we live in.
Hmm. Right. And to me, it, for many years, it's been all about bringing spirit into form.
Mm.
It's not about just being up in the clouds and ignoring what's happening
Right.
here on earth.
Right.
It's actually becoming more creative in our approach to our reality here,
Right.
and
And that's
recognize all of this support that we have.
right. That's our magic. That's our superpower, really. That
Hmm.
creation, bringing
Hmm.
things into form.
Right. And somehow I'm sensing we're going to be amazed when we come back here a year from today.
Mhm.
And look at what we've created.
I feel that way too. And it's becoming clearer and clearer.
Hmm. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, it is really about what is our action plan? How is it that we're going to open to these opportunities? And of course, we have the magical child, we have all the support from the angels and the masters. And that's something for each of us to reflect on. Like, what is there going to be happening as I go into this whole new phase, which we're being invited into with the world card, also embracing the world and then opening still to something new. Just feels very beautiful to me.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of it is to me, and it's individual to each of us, but what I sense in this moment is to remember to take things lightly, to continue on with that magical child by my side. I almost sense like in that card with the children, the six of water, I have a magical girl and a magical boy. So we all have the feminine and the masculine.
Mhm.
And regardless of how we identify ourselves, we have those qualities. So we have that divine boy and divine girl. And that's something I actually hadn't ever thought of before. But we do. And maybe that's part of the significance of that card also. is to remember to bring both aspects of that magical child and the adventurous little boy. I think many of us, we tend to be more females than males. What is it that magical boy is suggesting? Really adventure, taking action. How does, what does he want to explore? He says, take my hand, I'll show you. Have you ever thought of that before, Gretchen? Having a
I
magical
actually
girl
haven't
and a
ever thought
magical
about
boy?
that. No, I haven't actually ever thought about that on that level, but it makes a lot of sense,
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It feels more balanced when we bring both qualities in.
Mm-hmm. Right. And of course, that was in the card from what in the past has brought us here. So we have that opportunity now to look at the magical child maybe in a different way, or recognize that we have a divine masculine, a divine magical boy, and a divine magical girl. And I see now Archangel Jophiel there with holding hands with the boy and the girl. Actually, now I see I'm holding their hands and she's holding their hands like we're in kind of a ring, And for each of us, that they are both connected to the divine, to the angels, so they can bring us that wonder too, more of that wonder. And it's all here for us. It's really beautiful. Oh, the creator. I've sensed the creator. There's a divine feminine and masculine in the creator too. And I just sense that energy too. We can reach to the highest heights because all of that is there for us. So anything else, Gretchen, before we bring ourselves back for now?
I'm still seeing them dancing around in a circle, playing and laughing, and yeah, I hear a lot of laughter, a lot of giggling, just a lot of joy. Really beautiful.
And sensing ourselves again as a community, that there are a lot of us here with our magical boys and girls. It's a real celebration for us. And with that, recognizing also you can return to this place, this magical playground. The suggestion is just to go through the rainbow. That's how you find it. So we can go back through the rainbow, just through all the colors. We had the white light, the violet, beautiful, beautiful blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, feeling ourselves now in the atmosphere and coming back down into our bodies where we started. Imagining our feet on the ground, or if you have your feet on the ground, that's good. And grounding ourselves to the earth. Sending also our love to Mother Earth and thanking her for supporting us. So we're in intention. Our intention is to be in that perfect place between heaven and earth, where both of them are here for us, knowing that both of them are here for us. And then breathing in more active energy, coming back to our normal waking states. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
That was lovely. That was beautiful.
It's fun.
I want to hang out with my children for a little while longer.
All right. I see Evelyn Martinez is here. Thank you for joining us and being another volunteer to support Love and Light. And Babs says thank you. And Sharon says beautiful. And with a rainbow. And a heart.
Lovely.
Yeah, and here they are. I thought that was so interesting because I never thought about that.
I've never really thought of it on that level either, but yeah, I mean, it makes total sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's offering her a flower. So sweet. And here's Linda Shaw Doss. She says, beautiful meditation. Thank you. Love and light all around. So
Lovely.
thank you for being here. And this is the time Nikki's saying, I'm going to play in a playground. That was so precious. And that's something, actually, that's a wonderful thing to do, is find ways that you can bring that spiritual energy into form. I think I'm going to do that too. I love that idea. Thank you. And of course, what we want to do now is to take that collective love and light and that really youthful bounty that we have here with us now, just send it out to the world. And I can get out my planet. I like to hold it and just imagine a world where love and light prevail. And with more and more people generating more love and more light, this can happen, and it is happening. We won't see it on the news because they don't have any idea what we're talking about, but that's okay. It makes me think, imagining the news, and today, you all the love and light that was in that'd be great. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Gretchen?
No, it's just a beautiful energy. I'm feeling very blissful.
Me too. And of course, I think with the Prince of Earth, just a reminder to connect with nature, go out to nature. It's so balancing. Hug a tree. I just think trees are so amazing. The energy that we can get from trees is beautiful.
Right. I always like to remind people, even, if you live in a temperate area like I do, where we really see, a real drastic change of the seasons. I'm over in Virginia here, and, we're very acclimated to, not wanting to be cold, not wanting to be too hot. But I just invite everybody to spend 5 minutes at least, in each season, really experience the season that way. If it's cold, spend 5 minutes being cold. It's not a big deal. If it's super hot in the summer, spend 5 minutes being hot in the summer. But to really immerse yourself in the beauty of the season, it has so many gifts to offer us, and I think it's a good way to really connect with nature.
Right. Well, Philip, somewhere years ago, I think he was studying shamanism or something. I can't remember where it came from exactly, but there's the idea of merging with the elements. So whatever it is, okay, it's cold.
Right.
Merge with the cold.
Right.
It's hot. Merge with the hot.
Right.
Let it be without judgment. I think that's part of it, is taking judgment out of it and allowing nature to be what it is.
Right. Right.
Another part of it also is we walk our dogs every morning, and usually right as the sun is coming up, which of course time varies, so it can be a little challenging sometimes. But it can be, even in California, we could say, wow, it's really cold. Find a positive word for it. It's like, it's brisk this morning. Isn't that interesting? Rather than say, oh, this is cold, I don't like this.
Right.
It's raining. Feel the rain.
Right.
It's not going to kill you.
Well, exactly.
Most of us, anyhow.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. Okay, so Gretchen, would you like to share how people can connect with you? I know you have a program coming up, and we all have different things as the new year starts.
Right. So thank you. Yeah, people can reach out to me here on Facebook at Gretchen Comer or under Spiral Journey Holistic Life Services. You can also find my work on spiraljourney.net, my website. I have a page of free things that you can engage with. And I also have a retreat coming up. It's my first in-person retreat in quite some time because of the pandemic. But it's going to be about attuning with the crystal deva. So it's very similar to receiving a Reiki attunement, but you're actually
Wow.
attuning with the crystal beings essentially, and you can use that to incorporate in your healing practice or just in your life and in general. So yeah, if people want to reach out, I love talking with people and connecting. So please do.
Thank you. And for Awakenings Institute, which is the nonprofit organization that sponsors the circle, we have a new program starting in January, a spiritual guide certification program. So it's about, for some people, just for personal use, about becoming your own spiritual guide and connecting, doing some of the things that we've done here more, connecting with angels, masters, beings of light. We use oracle cards a lot to receive more specific guidance and to help us to open our intuition. And we're having a free overview of the next course, which is on connecting with the archangels, archangels and oracles for creating an abundant life, which is a great way to start the year. Anyhow, we're doing a free training. It's January 3rd at 2 p.m. That's this coming Wednesday. And I have a tiny URL where you can sign up because we need to send you the Zoom link. So it's tinyurl.com/overview-spiritual. If you want to learn more about the course and the program, we have a tiny URL for that too. We just have really long URLs on our website, which is why we go tiny. tinyurl.com/abundance of angels. And there you can also get an excerpt from our latest book, Awakening to Your Magnificence, which is, you could say, in a way, the textbook for this program about opening to what we would consider the next new frontier for humanity, connecting with those beings of light, connecting with nature, having this broader view of what reality is in our daily lives. Not just once in a while, but knowing that it's always here, which it is. It's just that we don't know it. We're not aware of it. So we'd love to have you join us. And the last thing I like to do is just to mention for the circle that we certainly appreciate your support in the circle. If you want to support us more, you can follow our page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/awakenings circle. You can share the video with your friends, which is really appreciated. And I think it's a positive experience for people who receive those blessings. Love and light is a wonderful, wonderful thing for your body, for everything. And you can invite your friends to join you in the circle. That's another thing that you can do, and then you have something to talk about. So again, wanting to wish you a blessed new year, more love and light, sending all of that light out into the coming week for ourselves and for everyone. A beautiful new year. Did you want to say anything closing, Gretchen?
Just wishing everybody a wonderful new year, and manifest that wonderful new year yourself, because you have the power to do it. It's full of potential, full of possibilities, and I know it's going to be a good year for all of us.
I agree. And remember the magic and the magical children around.
Absolutely.
So thank you again for joining us. Have a wonderful week, and we hope you'll be back with us next time. Love and light to you, Nikki says to everyone else. So thank you.